Hello, viewers. The topic for today's discussion is the theme of freedom and forgiveness in Shakespeare's play, The Tempest. It is one of the most prominent themes of the play out of the many themes that the play has. The themes of freedom and forgiveness are at the heart of the play, The Tempest, and also act as a moral lesson in it. An examination of the attitudes and actions of the major characters in the play illustrates this. Prospero, the Duke of Milan, has grievously been banished from Milan by his own brother Antonio. He, along with his little daughter Miranda, were put on a ship in the middle of the night and left to the dangers of the sea and the sky. Prospero seizes the opportunity for revenge. When fortune brings his enemies within his grasp, he insists that those who wronged him suffer for their crimes before he offers them his forgiveness. Even it means innocent and noble men like Gonzalo suffer as well. He does not hesitate to put the man through the agony of what they believe is a horrible disaster, resulting in the death of Prince Ferdinand. However, Prospero also asks his servant sprite Ariel, quote unquote, "But are they, Ariel, safe?" intending not to harm anyone. In the end, it is Ariel's plea that convinces Prospero to end their misery. Quote unquote, "If you now behold them, your affections would become tender." Some critics believe that through Ariel's expression of genuine concern for the shipwrecked man, Prospero undergoes a transformation. He comes to a Christ-like realization. He feels free to forgive those who sinned against him. However, only after he has emerged triumphant and has seen the men pay for their transgressions. At the same time, Prospero hopes that his plan of the shipwreck will result in both their ultimate acceptance of him as Duke and their apologies for wronging him. But King Alonso's initial reaction is not a regret for setting Prospero out the danger of the sea and stealing his title, but relief that someone of the island has bid him a hearty welcome. Although later he asks Prospero to pardon his wrongs, the regret seems perfunctory rather than genuine. However, Alonso's brief request for forgiveness is enough to confirm Prospero's forgiveness. Prospero goes through the motions of forgiveness, but there is still no clear reconciliation among Prospero, Sebastian, and Antonio. Prospero's treatment of Caliban, on the other hand, provides a different ground for the discussion of freedom and forgiveness. Arriving at the strange island after his banishment, Prospero meets Caliban, son of Sycorax, an evil sorceress. At the beginning, Caliban welcomed Prospero and showed him all the qualities of the island. But Prospero deprives him of his rightful inheritance of the island after the death of his mother, Sycorax. Caliban curses Prospero for this and, in return, is severely punished for the curses. However, this does not stop Caliban. His desire for freedom from Prospero's slavery forces him to conspire with the drunken butler Stefano and the jester Trinculo to overthrow Prospero. He sings the songs of freedom, but soon realizes his mistake for mistaking the drunkard for a god and worshipping the dull foot. He realizes that beneficent servitude under Prospero is preferable to the freedom promised to him by Stefano. Prospero ensures that Caliban pay for his actions. For Caliban, Prospero has no mercy or forgiveness. Freedom as a theme is highlighted to a great extent by another character, Ariel, the spirit of the air. Freedom, for him, is breath of life. Ariel is grateful to Prospero for having freed him from his torment in the cloven pine tree, where the wicked witch Sycorax had confined him till Prospero released him. He pines for eternal liberty and keeps on reminding him of his promise. Prospero assures him that he would set Ariel free once his purpose is fulfilled. Ariel serves his master and carries out his commands without a grudge or grumbling, unlike Caliban. At the end of the play, when all his labors are done, to entire satisfaction of his lord Prospero, he attains freedom. The idea of freedom is displayed through the characters of Miranda and Ferdinand as well. Shakespeare here gives a concept of conjugal love leased on freedom and slavery. In other words, true freedom of man consists in his service to others. Ferdinand and Miranda are willing to be slaves to each other. Ferdinand finds the labor of log-bearing as a pleasant job. For the sake of Miranda, Ferdinand declares himself to be a king and immediately afterward names himself to be a slave to Miranda. Miranda too tells him that she shall be his slave and he be her husband. This was all about the theme of freedom and forgiveness in the play. I hope it was helpful. Thank you.